A lot of people are interested in coming to Japan. I understand that. In fact, I moved to this country 5 years ago. And if you come to Japan, chances are you'll spend a lot of time using trains in the train system. And while at first you'll be excited to see Japanese signs you can't recognize and hear the sounds of the Japanese train station, after a while being here, you'll grow numb to it. Japan is so homogenized that eventually all the trains and stations will start to look alike. But if you stay long enough to dig just a little deeper, you'll start to recognize the subtle differences in color, signage, and character of each station. Furthermore, if you know which stations to get off at, you can experience some local culture, people, and events. It's a lot easier to know what's going on when you have some friends in the area. Because I had a friend throwing an event near Koenji Station, it turned from something I would just pass by on a train into something I would experience for myself. We do that a lot in life. Pass by interesting things without taking the time to notice them, especially when we grow up. The only people who take the time to notice and observe all the interesting things going around them is children. There's a reason why we say childlike wonder, because they're curious and intrigued with the world. I've been looking for ways to reignite that childlike wonder in my life. Some of the way we do that as adults is music and art. It's actually one of the reasons why I want to be an artist, because musicians and artists play through life. We don't say, wow, you really worked that piece of music. We say, you really played it well. Ironically, it takes a lot of work to get to that stage in life, but you can work and be chill at the same time. So before stepping into my friend's art exhibit, I took the time to explore the surrounding area. And so I was there at an art exhibit. And the cool thing about being at an art exhibit when artists are there is you'll often see them making art. But also you get to interact with them. Some people are very much like their art. In fact, you can see them in it. I almost sped past all the art trying to get to my friend's art, but I realized art shouldn't be a speed run. People dedicate hours, days, no, their whole lives to their craft. It's worth more than a couple seconds and a double tap on Instagram. Each piece, a living, breathing part of their artist. And like people, you need time to appreciate them. Because everyone sees the world a little differently. And that's not a bad thing. Because the different ways we see and perceive the world is what makes life beautiful. And although these perspectives are totally different, if you look really hard, you dig deep and you really look, you'll find these perspectives are more similar than different. You'll start to see yourself. When I first watched the end of Evangelion, I didn't quite understand it. In fact, I was a little upset because I was expecting this grand finale that I never got. My friend Eben told me that once I understood it, then I would really love it. It's one of the best endings of all time, he said. And I'm now realizing not only how intelligent Eben is, but how right he was about the ending of Evangelion. Evangelion and mecha anime aren't really about robots or fighting things. Shinji goes through a lot of the same things that we do in our puberty. Losing friends, trying to find himself in the world, and trying not to disappoint his parents or his friends. At times, it can seem like too much, and sometimes he just wants to disappear. I understand that feeling, the feeling of wanting to disappear and never exist anymore. I think it's a struggle that all artists go through, but particularly Those of us with depression struggle with it a lot. The creator of Evangelion said that a lot of it was about his own struggle. Who am I? Where do I fit into this world? It's a question I've been asking myself a lot lately. And one of my favorite people to get the answer from is Alan Watts. Because deep down he says, you know that.
You realize you're that. We won't put a name on it. You're that. And you can't be anything else.
It's like Jim Carrey says, you're not you. You're the light that shines through you. The Stoics have a saying called memento mori, which is realizing that one day you're gonna die. This being a temporary experience, realizing you're gonna die doesn't have to be so bad and somber, because maybe it'll give you the courage to embrace the things that are unique about you. Because like I said before, good art is a chance for you to push yourself out into the world, but it's also a mirror because it allows other people to see themselves in it. Actually, the only reason I went to the exhibit was to see my friend's art. It has always resonated with me on a deep level, and after speaking to her, now I know why. Not only do we both have trouble expressing ourselves, but we both come from a place where we didn't feel like we fit into our society. In my life experience, I realized if this is temporary, then why not lean into what makes you unique? Why shave off corners of yourself to fit into a box? And so I sat with each piece, letting each piece talk to me, and some of them came to life. As someone with high-functioning autism, it's hard for me to express my feelings too, but to have it visually represented is a thing of beauty. There's a feeling for when you feel like you're drowning, the feeling that you get when you listen to your favorite song, that feeling when you're zoned out or admiring something from afar, and the feeling you get when there's too many things running through your head. I could tell you how much I love technology, music, and Sure's art, or I could just show you. Check this out. Kick back, relax, welcome to the laidback life. It's your boy Laidback Marco, and I'm coming at you with another video, and today's video is actually not about me, so this is super exciting. You're probably tired of seeing my face by now. But we're actually with an artist I really look up to. I really enjoy your work, and I think just even working with you and talking to you, my work's kind of gotten better, and you're always there to encourage me when I'm like, oh, my work's stuck, or like I get stuck somewhere, and just talking about things. And I feel like being in Tokyo and coming to exhibits like this, it's a really good opportunity to get exposed to a bunch of art. So even just coming to your exhibit, I had a bunch of like t-shirt design ideas like rolling around in my head, and being able to make a video like this, I hope you'll like it. It'll be really edited and fun. So enough about me. Who are you and where you're from? You can call out your social handles. I'll put them up and everything. So
okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Hi. Hi, my name is Sure, and my handle name on Twitter is Makaromba. And you can search it up. It's MAKA_RONPA.
And that'll be in the description notes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's check.
How did you settle on that name?
What?
By the way, Makanrap. Yeah, because you're.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I used to go by Sukola.
Yeah.
Suray and Shokola, my lovely dog. So
Oh.
Sukola, but I didn't like it because a lot of like Japanese Twitter artists, they have like cute names, and I wanted it. I wanted something cute. And, like,
Yeah, me too, right?
easy to remember. So I was like, okay, what's cute? So I thought of macarons.
Oh,
just like desserts.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, macaron's very cute. But if you say macaron, it kind of disappears because like macaron. I wanted some impact in the end, so I was like, okay, I need something to, you know.
Rompa.
Like, yeah. So I put pa.
Ah,
Like
no,
macaron pa.
I see. Okay.
That's it, yeah.
So I actually noticed a lot of, not a lot, but like a lot of the anime artists I follow will name their accounts after food, like tamagoyaki or.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's just a common thing, but So yeah, where are you from? This is a hard question for you. Yeah.
I'm Japanese. I'm half Japanese, half Malaysian Chinese. And yeah, I'm based in Tokyo right now. I go to a university in Tokyo, but I've been around different places in Asia.
Cool.
And
Yeah.
Middle East. Yeah.
Oh, Middle East. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So world traveler, international artist. See, we're sitting with the best here. So this concept is Tokyo Scramble. It's your vision of Tokyo for the future. I really like the concept of just Tokyo in the future. A lot of the cyberpunk and things like Akira and Ghost in the Shell are really cool to me. And I think that stems from like a personal reason. Like I think it'd be cool to be able to like, you know, replace my bad ACL or get a cute cat girl body one day. If the world comes to that point. But what made you interested in kind of seeing Tokyo in the future, I guess?
Okay, so first of all, why we chose Tokyo? Let's start there. The reason why we chose Tokyo is because, first of all, we're not from Tokyo, all of us. We have 4 members in this gallery doing this project, and we're not from Tokyo, we're from different places around the world and in Japan. And we are now all in Tokyo, coincidentally, studying design and art. So we were thinking, since we have different aspects, we were brought up from different backgrounds, we have different perspectives on the city of Tokyo. So we were thinking, since we have different point of view on the city, we can come up with different artworks that represent our ideas and call it a Tokyo Scramble, where we present all those different ideas in one place.
Oh, yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
cool. Oh, yeah, that's fun. Yeah, I was thinking, like, when I first heard about it, I thought it was, like, maybe the lifestyle's fast and it feels like you're scrambling. Because when I come here, I come from Inaka. I've been living in both Nagano and Iwate for so long that when I come to Tokyo, it's just, everything's like, ah! And then it's like a scramble in my brain. We can cut that. You want to stop rolling? Yeah. So you have your overall theme of Tokyo Scrambles, seeing different ideas of the future of Tokyo. And how did you settle on your personal theme? So your theme is in the future, people have lost the ability to emote with their faces and bodies and must use external means. How did you settle on that idea?
Okay, first of all, I do base a lot of my works on mental health and expressions and all that. And I was thinking maybe I could do that same thing for this exhibition. Well, originally I was going to do about food, like future food.
Yeah.
But that didn't go really well. So I was like, okay, I need to change my direction. And I went back to my origin, which is expressing my feelings, expressions, and all that. Should I re-say that?
Yeah, maybe say it one more time.
Okay.
One more time.
Where?
Just expressing your feelings.
So I was thinking maybe I could go back to my origin and go back to drawing and portraying how humans are struggling or enjoying to express their feelings in different ways.
Okay. I'm gonna wait for this truck to pass. I'm sorry, I'm so like blocking your exhibit. So humans expressing their emotions and that kind of thing. And you and me kind of had a discussion about this actually when I first came, which was really cool. You thought it is kind of sad and dystopian that people would kind of lean towards technology to express themselves.
And some of your works are somber. Like the one I got actually was kind of this guy in front of the
the ad.
The alley, and he's kind of looking at the advertisement. And I guess you can look at it in multiple ways, but it's also one of those things where, because the way you drew the character in the background is warm, when you think of music, it's just this warm kind of, you can be having a bad day and put on your favorite song and everything turns all right. So it's also one of those things where I was really moved by that piece, so that's why I decided to get that one.
Thank you.
How do you feel about the theme now? Like now after making this discussion, or actually to rewind a bit. I'm sorry, I'm rambling now, but is there anything you took from, like, so initially you were trying to do food and you're like, this isn't working. Is there anything that you kind of carried over from that? Maybe a color palette, or because as artists, like sometimes it's hard to go into a dead end and say, I wasted my time on this. I have that problem thinking about that, but lately I've been trying to make the connection of what can I learn from this. So is there...
Sure. Okay, I can't think about what I carried onto the current ones, but I do know what I felt during, the change, the switch between the two themes. I did think about how I didn't want to put my focus on food, but I would rather focus on humans and human emotions and all that, because I'm more interested in that. So I remember I was thinking, I would do so much better, I would have so much passion in drawing if I was basing it all about drawing humans and that only.
Okay, yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, so actually moving on, your fungi, your collection of pieces of fungi, and I have one at my house. I really, I still have that. I really value that.
Thank you.
I didn't know why you were doing the mushroom people. I called them mushroom people when I first talked to you. I didn't know why, but I think I just found out now when I asked you, is people it's kind of that same theme of people holding their emotions so hard that it bursts out like a fungus. So that's really cool. How did you come up with that? Is that same kind of, I'm seeing like a reoccurring theme like in your work, which is really cool. Is that from like a personal, like, do you feel like you have a hard time expressing yourself normally and you must do it through art, or?
I felt like, so I did all those fungi works when I was in high school, and I definitely had some like insecure moments, like all high school students do, and I definitely didn't know how to express my feelings, and it was all like bottled up inside me. So the only way I could express that was through drawing, and I was hoping that maybe my emotions would show out the way the fungi do in my drawings.
No,
they're really beautiful, and I really like the way I draw the fungi. So I was like, I wish I could express my feelings the way I could draw them.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And like I think one of your pieces there with the like the wedding ring and the two lovers. Like I really enjoyed that. And I think maybe that comes from playing games a lot. But in games, you can really, in Fortnite, use emotes. That's very shallow on a shallow level, like using emotes in Fortnite. But having a physical piece of something that it almost has a soul, and then using maybe augmented reality or future technology to be able to express that to the world, this item's soul in a way, I thought was a really cool concept. Moving forward, because I don't want to block your space too much.
Yeah.
What was your favorite piece in this collection and why?
Okay, my favorite piece actually is Lovers, the one we just talked about. I really like how I challenged to draw a city in the background, because I kind of avoided that before by not drawing anything other than humans. So this time I was like, okay, I'm going to learn perspectives, I'm going to learn how to draw buildings, and I tried to do that in that painting.
No, yeah.
Yeah, and I really like how the heads of the lovers are kind of like a frame to the scenery, and I really like how I portrayed the atmosphere of two lovers who aren't really able to express their love to each other like with a raw way, like natural way of humans, but they have to rely on this thing, which could be interpret it as something good or something dystopian. I don't know. It depends on the viewers.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about art, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it depends. Yeah, and I really like that composition too because it kind of has that mirror effect. You know, two parts of a whole. So, coming down from that slope, we did a really deep dive. Where I'm gonna dive back up. So, your general style, I think, is pretty surreal, which is cool because your name's Surreal. So it's kind of like surreal. Yeah, I won't try. That's like a dad joke. Anyway, where do you get your inspirations from, like other artists? Because I think your style kind of looks like realistic anime. I don't know what to call that, like kind of realistic anime as well. And I was surprised that because I'm really into anime art, and like when I first met you, I was like listing all these artists off on Twitter, and you didn't know them, so I was like, oh god, maybe she didn't like anime art at all. But where do you find your inspirations, and from painters or?
Growing up, I was really inspired by Japanese shoujo manga, and that's how I started drawing a lot of like faces and all. So that's how now I'm only able to draw girls, like.
I have that problem, yeah.
But I kind of wanted to not detach from the natural human features. I'm not like dissing the shoujo manga or anything in any way, but I was just curious in portraying the natural curves of like for example, I really like drawing nose.
Yeah, your noses. I like the way you draw noses actually.
I like it to be round.
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of made everything curve and have a very natural looking features. I think that's how it ties to surrealism a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, no, but also like so like fungi bursting out of people is not something you see every day, right? Maybe you should see a doctor if that happens. But how do you get those kind of ideas? Are you just walking along and you see a mushroom and something comes up, or?
I think I came across a picture of fungi and I was like, oh, it was on a tree and like normal fungi.
Yeah.
I think one day I was like, okay, what if that's a human? Because it can grow on ants and those insects. There's those type of fungi, right?
Yeah, there's a pretty cool game about that.
Oh yeah, Last of Us.
Yes,
True,
yeah. I think I talked to you about that the first time. I was like, oh, like The Last of Us. Yeah.
Yes. And so that's how I kind of match those things. I always like to put humans in like different, like weird circumstances.
No.
So yeah, I think that's the beginning of it.
No, that's fun. So I think kind of wrapping up. So you get your inspiration from just walking around, or are there like other things like books or movies or films that you might kind of draw inspiration from?
I kind of forgot to mention in the previous one, but yes, I do follow quite a few illustrators recently, and I like James Jean, and I really like his style, and he does collaborate with movies and some other media.
Yeah.
And I kind of take inspiration from what like his collaborated works, and of course more different artists, but I can't name off right now. So I think I'll send it to Marco, and then he can put it in the.
Yeah, we'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah.
So I think that's everything I wanted to cover. Is there any comments or questions or anything you want to say?
So we're doing this gallery for people, and we're all very unique, and I'm really grateful that I had the chance to work with 3 amazing people, and we all do different things. Like it's so different. Like if you come in, you can tell we're like from different worlds and we have different styles, and I really wish everyone watching this could come and actually see the different worlds colliding in this one place. And I really like how it all turned out. And just please, if you live around Koenji or Tokyo, please come. We're desperate.
So when does this exhibit end, actually?
On March 30th.
March 30th. Okay.
Yeah, or I think we close at 6:30. Yes.
And then the last thing I wanted to ask are what other exhibits are you kind of planning? Are you planning to go to any events or exhibits or?
For me, currently not yet, but some of the members, they are planning to join other exhibits and events after this. So, yes, I think we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can put all your socials
Yeah.
in the description or whatever. So
That'd be
yeah.
nice. Thank you.
All right, so that's it. So thank you everyone. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for loaning us your space. It was really cool.
Thank you.
Keep on living the laid back life, y'all.
Thank you for making it to the end of the video. Please do all that good YouTube stuff, like, share, sub. It really does help because I put a lot of effort into these videos, and it's nice to do a video that's not about me and about other people, and especially other artists. And I really feel like this artist is going to go somewhere in life. Makarumpa on Twitter, please follow her. And I was chatting to her, and maybe I have the chance to be part of Tokyo Scramble one day, which would be really cool. So I'm just going to leave you with this visualizer that I made. I'm going to put a full song underneath. And if you think this visualizer is cool, just let me know, and I think I can work with Makarumpa. We can make some more visualizers and things like that. It was really fun to make this visualizer and kind of bring her art to life with music, something I love. Music and, you know, kind of technology. So if you like what you see, like, share, sub. Laid back Markov out. Keep living that laid back life, y'all.